Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I want to talk about the MayMac World Tour. Conor McGregor at one point was listed as high as 10-1 underdog. After the MayMac World Tour, odds have dropped 4-1 in favor of Conor. Now, you know, to go from 10-1 to 4-1, that's a pretty big jump. But one of the things that people were talking about, all the Conor fans, really the public in general, was talking about how Conor McGregor mind Floyd Mayweather. But you gotta understand that there's a difference between verbal warfare and mental warfare. If you just look at the fight based on crowd reaction, right? Based on who won the verbal joust, obviously it was Conor. I mean, he's had really clever lines. So if you're just looking from a crowd perspective, obviously Conor won hands down. That being said, you know, who won the mental warfare? Who was triggered? It definitely was not Floyd. He was emotionally consistent. He was emotionally composed throughout the whole press conference, where Conor was just, it was like a roller coaster ride for Conor McGregor. Now, even some guys, MMA experts like Joe Rogan, he was saying on his podcast that Conor McGregor has rattled Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd seemed a little rattled.
There was no point during that press conference, during that tour, where Floyd Mayweather looked rattled. It was quite the opposite. It was Conor McGregor who was actually rattled. It was Conor McGregor who was actually triggered. In the New York tour, when Floyd Mayweather was calling Conor McGregor a quitter, McGregor actually stood up and he was out there trying to talk to Floyd Mayweather as Floyd was talking on the mic. And there was one point where Conor McGregor got real close to Floyd. He actually does a little shoulder bump. And he did that because he was triggered. Floyd Mayweather stayed composed. I mean, even after that shoulder bump, Floyd acted like it didn't even happen. He just kept on talking. And you know it! Another moment in the fight where Floyd Mayweather, I think it was in Toronto, he actually grabs the flag. He grabs the Irish flag from a fan and he drapes it around his shoulder. And when Conor saw that, the first thing he did, you know, he stood up. He was sitting down on his chair, he stood up. He didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to react. He didn't know if he should go over there and smack him. He doesn't know if he should just sit down. He was in a very uncomfortable position. London, you actually see Conor McGregor. He goes around Floyd's back and he actually touches him in the head. What did Floyd do? You know, how did Floyd react? Nothing, no reaction. Laughed it off. He didn't even move. That's not the reaction that Conor was expecting, right? Conor wanted that Jose Aldo reaction. When he went behind Jose Aldo and he grabbed the shoulders, you saw how Jose Aldo reacted. He stood up, he was upset, don't touch me, this and that. That's the kind of reaction that Conor wanted. That's how Conor knows that, hey, I have a mental edge over this guy because now he's upset. That's what I wanted him to do, right? I wanted this reaction out of him. You see the body language of Floyd Mayweather. It was very consistent throughout the whole event. He was doing the same thing. He was saying the same thing. And I know a lot of people had some issues with that. They found it boring. They didn't like the fact that he was like yelling. The fact that he was talking about money. But honestly, what else are you gonna do? What else was Floyd supposed to do? The crowd, which was 95% Conor McGregor, was booing him. And not only that, his opponent wouldn't shut up. Conor just continuously kept trying to, you know, cut him off and trying to rebuttal everything he said. So when you're watching that from the outside, you think, well, wow, just McGregor is just roasting him. All the jokes that Conor made, and he's had some really good jokes. I gotta give him props for that. I mean, Conor is a sharp guy. But everything Conor said, the crowd reacted, right? It's easy to look like you're winning when the crowd's on your side. But again, you know, Conor's emotions throughout the press conference was just up and down, up and down, up and down. He was definitely triggered. Whereas Floyd Mayweather, he was much more emotionally composed. He was someone that seemed like, hey, I've been there, I've done that. Everything that worked for Conor in MMA, in UFC, he tried to do it to Floyd Mayweather. And it did not work. It had no effect on it. So that's the difference between verbal and mental warfare. You know, verbally, yeah, Conor won. He won the press conferences, hands down. He had funnier lines. The crowd was with him. Everyone was laughing. I mean, it was great. But mental warfare, it was Conor's emotions that were up and down, back and forth. Floyd Mayweather was consistent. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. That is my assessment on the Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, MayMac World Tour.